love this place!
Hey, man, is that
Double D?
Yeah, man. Well, turn it up, man.
Let's just go in and, like, kill all the orcs, right? They're the bad guys, who gives a shit? We just hack and slash and we loot their dead bodies, right? Hack and slash, kill them all, you know, conquer the infidels.
Boy, that campaign sounds like a barrel of fun, doesn't it?
Somebody who's opening a refrigerator and leaning in, right, is the language of a woman. Somebody who's opening the refrigerator and being cut off halfway through that lean is the voice of like a mermaid or a siren, right?
This is not the face of the hobby anymore. And I think there's been mistakes made in years past where people assumed that D&D players were all, you know, white dudes in a basement, which has been a faulty assumption for a lot of years and gets more and more false every day. And so it's, in my viewpoint, honestly, guys like me can't leave soon enough.
I just had to be born with empathy and a weakness for socialism and femboys. For socialism and femboys.
For socialism and femboys.
You gotta put a little hot sauce on the taco, you know what I mean?
We want this dwarf to be the dwarfiest dwarf.
Right.
We want the elf to be the elfiest elf.
And just the dashiest dash of Tabasco.
Their voices need to carry across water.
I'm a creative. It's a huge drain, right? Because fans can be awful.
I'll put the seed in your head when you listen to my videos, and no matter how much you want to disagree with me, when you leave my video, you will encounter what I'm saying. The seed will affect your mind. See, that's the problem with the seed when I'm putting it in your mind.
I am personally doing NoFap because right now I'm also doing semen retention.
You say white lives matter, they don't. White lives don't matter because white lives aren't a thing.
What's this?
What's this? It's the jacket.
The jacket.
The jacket.
Lutherville, Marina Del X, Otisburg. Otisburg. Who's this monster? She's got her own place. Otisburg. It's a little bitty place. Otisburg. Okay, I just wiped it off. That's all. It's a little town. Yep.
Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
No. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Yeah. 5, 4, 3. Great sandwich.
Thank you. I enjoyed having you here. You're a very good co-host.
Man, your sinewy muscles are just ripped. And look how your gleaming sweat just comes off your golden body, and the women are just looking the same, and all of them want
Double D. Hi.
Hola.
Rather abrupt. How is everybody doing?
Panther, do you remember that scene from Sopranos? And we have
it's
Double
the
D.
jacket.
We got a question right off the bat from Uriah.
Where does that refrigerator clip come from? Which refrigerator clip?
When
Which
she
one?
leans in, it's the voice of the siren.
Oh, yeah, that's a that was something that we EFAP'd very early before.
Oh, yeah, that's old school.
Yeah, that was like the first probably 3 months of the channel. I think it was in November of 22. It's just an interview, a sit down with Monty Cook and his new wife. Well, not his new wife, but he dumped his first wife for Shanna. Hungar, the star of area first. Ha 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 ha. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you.
Broke the seal.
He did.
You know when
Busted
you're
it.
like shooting craps, playing baccarat, roulette, blackjack at a casino, you give something for the crew. Broke the seal. Good vibes are coming.
Hell yeah.
Hungar, good vibes are coming.
Good vibes. Good vibes. Well, no Roland, no Roland, no Rogan, no Jim tonight. He is
He's incubating.
I'll tell you the story as more people come in. at like a little after 6, my wife calls and says, hey, she's best friends with Rogan's wife. She's like, Rogan's wife has COVID. And I'm like, so? What does that?
Yeah, big whoop.
Yeah, what does that have to do with your humble narrator here? And she's like, dummy, our son is getting married in a week. Yeah, so? She's like, I don't want to have COVID during our son's wedding. Rogan cannot come tonight.
He's not allowed to play.
He's not allowed to play. Yeah, Rogan cannot come out and play. So I'm like, are you kidding me? You got to pick and choose your battles when you're married for coming up on, this will be 30 years for me and Mrs. D.
Jimmy Christmas.
So I said, you know what? I know the kind of guy Rogan is. I will call him. He will understand. And sure enough, I said, Rogan, guess what? Told him the story. And of course I asked, how's your wife doing? He's like, she's fine, just a little under the weather. And he,
nothing that chicken noodle soup can't fix.
Yeah, the COVID cure, crackers and Sprite and chicken noodle soup can fix it. But he said he understood completely. So obviously no Otto and Roland this week.
Rub some dirt on it and drink some Gatorade.
Yeah. What are we here?
People said I'm sounding like I'm kidnapped and doing this show from the pantry. Am I sounding better now? I turned up my gain just a little bit.
Yeah, you're peaking now. See, I think just talk loudly right into that microphone. Yeah. Scream, if you will. Let's see. Who else we got? I'm on 30. Ooh, Nick's at 30 years. He's in the club too. Yeah, Panther, coup for flu. I wouldn't want to get sick before a wedding. Yeah, I can kind of understand that in the same respect. Like my wife is super healthy. I've been starting to work out for the last month and a half, so I'm starting to get back into fighting shape. I've been watching a lot of videos on Sonny Liston.
Oh yeah,
Crazymouse. Yeah, what a monster that guy was. Kind of in the ring, certainly in the ring. Kind of outside, he was a mafia enforcer.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he was a leg breaker, as they used to call him in the 60s. He'd go to union sites where the mafia wanted unions busted. And he would just show up, and usually when he just showed up, they were like, okay, sir.
What,
we
no
will
envelope?
stop.
Remember that in The Sopranos when they were doing something with asbestos? Yeah. Bobby Bacala went there. What, no envelope?
Bobby, he was a good character.
I like Bobby Bacala.
Very sympathetic. I've got Patrick Demo here. AA was here. AA wants to win something.
Well, we got a giveaway tonight?
We might. We might be giving away this. That's right. Our friend Chris Miller sent me a couple copies of Baptism of Fire because he is a stand-up dude.
That's so nice. That was nice of him.
Mad Scribe Games. I can't recommend Mad Scribe Games enough. It's fantastic. Yeah, I got 2 hardcovers here, and one of them is going to go to some lucky winner. Adino the Esnite. I have a feeling I have one of those things of panic. Did you win something and I not send it to you? I'm thinking in my mind, as busy as I've been, I thought maybe the last time we did a giveaway, maybe you had won something.
Adino, this is your chance for a new car.
Yes. Yep, autistically accurate. That's me. I'm the winner.
The winner.
We will have to see. I tell you what.
Adino says nope.
Okay, fair enough.
How to split that car with you, Adino?
Yep. Great Goldworm already has his copy coming. Yeah, very good. Yeah, if you don't win tonight, do consider at least picking up the PDF, or if not, I'm telling you guys, this hardcover is really nice. Really nice. Everything pops out at you. You can kind of see here.
Does it have that new book smell?
It does. Yeah, it's got the new book smell.
So not only are you getting all the words and all the pictures, but you're getting the scents too.
It's free scents. I think they throw that in for free. Full free. It's a beautiful book. So stick around. Stick around. Tell a friend. Well, you probably don't want to tell a friend if you want to win it. You
don't tell no friends.
You're probably going to try to get everybody to go. Jeff Hatch, what binding is it? Deluxe or standard hardcover? I don't know. If Chris Miller is in the chat, I'm sure he can tell you. I think it's the drive-through RPG. I wouldn't know the difference, Jeff, but I'm sure Chris might. So if Chris is out there, I did tell him I'd be giving this away. So
I haven't seen him show up yet.
Yeah, he usually makes himself known.
Nixit wants to know if it's a standalone. I'm pretty sure it is, correct?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now, I think Pundit said he'd be open to producing new content for it, and he encourages people to, to make their own stuff, too. You can certainly do that. He will, like any smart person, he would gladly accept people making stuff, of course, for Baptism of Fire, which is medieval Poland with a fantasy twist. Like I said, it's probably his magnum opus. I know he did, like Lion and Dragon and Sword and Caravan. Those are, good. Those are really, really good. But this is actually, probably his best work, I think, professionally. It took him a while.
We're taking Surly down memory lane. He's thinking about new car smell in his dad's car back in the 70s.
Yeah. Hell yeah. All right, let me go. You do certain smells you remember. It's the most powerful. It's one of the most powerful
senses.
Yeah. There's a girl I dated for about 4 months in the late 80s, like 1989. I was a young buck, 18 or 19, and she wore this like rose perfume. I can still smell it to this day.
I ran around with a girl who was a little bit older than me, and she wore Obsession, I think it was, from like Calvin Klein or something, whatever it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I always just, when I smell that, I think of, I think her name might have been maybe Melissa.
Oh, yeah?
And if you're out there, don't hit me up. Don't hit me up. We're good.
I got a problem here. I can't see my mouse cursor here.
It's in the top corner by the X.
Wow, I can't see it over here.
Mine's gone now too.
You're joking. All right, hold on 1 second, guys.
I can see where I'm on. I'm on like the users, and if you scroll down, you can see where the shadow is.
All right, entertain these people, Crazymouse.
I'll definitely do that. Change the battery in the mouse, says Bleeker. One of the things we're working on is getting an AV club here.
Yeah, but we have 2 mice.
We got nothing yet. All
right, hold on 1 second, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the kind of thing that might happen to your boy.
This is reminding me of the early days.
It is, yeah. But it's like All right, so I can
I don't see the mouse, but I can see
where
it's like
are. Yeah, it's all right. I can. All right, so guys, go to.
Should I try to figure with my battery as well?
Yeah, it's all right. I don't know if it's gonna do anything. I can just get around on the stream deck, I think. Guys, do me a favor. Check out our friend Patty. Patty's Parlor. He got jobbed by Drive-Thru RPG. He has a new release, and it's called From the Beyond, and you can get it at the Red Room, Mordorette. Most of you guys know that. Just spell Red Room backwards. And the thing that happened is, as we all know, Miguel and Sylvia got yeeted off of Drive-Thru-RPG. And because they were working with Patty on From the Beyond, Drive-Thru-RPG, they said, you can't sell this here, which, was a big blow. But he is selling it on the Red Room, so do me a favor if you can. Go and check it out, see if it's for you. It's a Chalt adventure, and I don't know, you guys may enjoy it. Patty's got a very I think a very cool style of art. He does all his own art.
That's Venger, isn't it?
That is Venger, yeah, that is Venger. This mouse thing is just crazy. Our mouse is moving, but we can, and when it interacts with something, it'll pop, but there's no cursor. There's literally no mouse cursor. I despise technology, Crazymouse. I really do.
I fear it.
Yep. All right, let's go into a couple of things.
Bleecker says Drive-Thru bans books by association.
They do. Yeah. I mean, he wasn't trying to hide it. It did say that they worked on it. And, sure enough, they went through and they I guess they do review things. And they saw their names and said, no, you have those bad Red Room people. So, like I said, support them there. I think they're also on Giant Slayer games too. So Red Room or Giant Slayer, either one.
Double D Panther says Joe Rogan doesn't have these types of problems.
Yeah, that's right.
We're working on it.
But what would you do, people, though, if everything's going fine, it's just a regular old stream, and then all of a sudden your mouse cursor disappears? I
blame Rogan's wife.
That's right. If you're watching Rogan, I think he would get a chuckle out of that. So, all right, let's go to our first. I'm gonna have trouble doing the doing some of the EFAP stuff. Some of the stuff I've already programmed into my Stream Deck is fine. All right. So you may not be familiar because you are not online too much. You are far too busy to get involved in these online shenanigans, Crazymouse.
I'm usually not online.
Yeah. But there is a they call it LawTube, and it's YouTubers who are I guess into they're like lawyers. They'll give
some legal advice.
Yeah, like during the Kyle Rittenhouse case.
Mm-hmm.
The guy we're going to see, Nick Rekieta, really made a huge name for himself. He was kind of getting big earlier, but he'd have live streams like 25,000 people watching. So Nick is actually a good dude. He's culturally, he's kind of on our side. But he likes to drink on stream. So, that was Nick in 2021. Good dude. They call him the Nose. He's got a nose. He's just up in Minnesota, small practice law firm, but just he's more of a YouTube streamer now. But he's been drinking a lot, and some people are getting worried about him, and I can see why.
So is that like a before, and you're going to
and we're about to show the after. Yeah. Okay. So here's your before. That's Nicky Rackets. And here we go.
Oh boy.
What is he doing?
Why is my camera still on?
I can see why people are worried about him.
Wow. Yeah, he picked a fight, I guess, with Mr. Medicare. I'm not even sure what that was all about. I think there's like a pressure to kind of be like Bart Simpson when he was the I didn't do it kid, you know, to always kind of like be on for people instead of just, you know, just doing what you can like on stream. I mean, look, he makes a ton of money on YouTube and I guess more on Rumble now. He's got some sort of exclusivity agreement with Rumble that they paid him for, and good for him. But yeah, when you're caught jerking it like Darkside Phil on camera, one more time.
Why is my camera still on?
Panther says he had an itch on his leg.
Yeah, that one must have been one bad itch for him to make that face at the end. Yeah. So poor Nicky. He is not doing so well. I hope he
pulls it together.
I hope he pulls it together because he really is a good dude, I think, at heart. But I think, and the thing is, he has like a big family. Like he has a wife, he has like a huge family. Like now someday his kids have to go watch that. So that's why you got to be careful here. It's one thing to take a stance, even unpopular stances like we do here at times. But holy shit. To be stroking it online. Nope. All right, can we, I'm going to.
Double D, I'll just have to tell you the things because I can't pull them up.
Yeah.
Hungar Defender.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Hungar the Defender. Thank you very much, Hungar.
Speaking of OGs.
Yeah, for sure. Boy, this is really fucking annoying, guys. You have no idea how annoying this is. I think I can do it.
This is where Stern would be super helpful.
Yeah, he would be.
Although, I could picture as him trying to fix it, deleting everything.
Yeah, maybe. All right.
Hungar says he was pulling something. $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Hungar.
Thank you very much, Hungar. All right. Okay. Just trying to get stuff set up. I'm sorry here, guys.
Just bear with our technical difficulties right
This is really, really fucking annoying, guys.
Well, it's frustrating, chat, because we can't really see what we're moving.
Yeah, it's really fucking annoying. All right. So
Jeff Hatch super chat $5 for a new mouse.
We need two, because it's like all right, hold on 1 second. There we go. Because you don't understand. Like Crazymouse has his own too. Ay. Yep. Well, now we just got to go with it, I guess.
Yeah. We'll make it work.
Yeah, we'll make it work.
Dragon Shadow says, I might regret asking this, but where did it go when he was finished? Yeah, I don't want to know either. Jeff responded right back to you, Double D. $5 more. Fine.
Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, I've turned this back on and off a couple different times, actually. A couple times. All right, Rogue or Crazy Mouse. That's Nikki Rackets. Let's go. Let's talk about women, shall we? Do you think women are getting a little more crazy?
A little more is relative. I live with 3.
Yeah.
Sophia's bothering me the least lately of the 3. KG graduates next week, and she has senioritis big time.
Only like a week left.
Oh, their last day of classes was yesterday. Today was a tradition they call Mary's Day, where the girls dress up, give letters of appreciation to their friends, and they get flowers. It's like a half day. Tomorrow's finals, Friday's finals, and then she's officially done. And graduation's actually the day after your wedding.
Damn. It is, time is flying on us, buddy.
Harble 99 says, let's talk about women. Ugh, do we have to?
Yeah, exactly.
Try pressing
F5. If that works. I'm on Windows. Huh. It's not working. It's not working. All right. Well, let's go into video 2. Good thing I got this Stream Deck.
Nick says today was his last half day.
Yeah, I took a half day.
Pressing Alt
F4.
F4.
Oh. You almost shut down the damn stream there, Phaeton.
Uriah said the same thing.
Alt F4. Yeah, it says, have you tried the Windows key?
Try calling the Geek Squad. Remember on the TV show Chuck, the Nerd Herd?
Yeah. Yes.
That was their version of the Geek Squad, the Nerd Herd.
All right. Well, we're just gonna we're gonna go like Helen Keller here. All right, let's watch some crazy bitches, shall we?
BBC, bitches be crazy.
What is this, you may ask? Liberal women spend $4,000 to bash sticks on the ground and scream at a rage ritual retreat. The bizarre wellness retreat is designed to help women deal with anger. Well, we know they're angry.
Yeah, they just got fleeced for $4,000.
This is for sure.
I wanted another order of mashed potatoes, was that one lady.
I mean,
they look like chimps.
They do. I mean, unironically. I mean, they kind of just...
They're scaring the bears.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. All right, so Crazymouse. Why don't you just go through? Can I get you for 2 minutes? Because I think I have a wired mouse.
Where is it at?
I'm gonna get it. Why don't you just see if you can entertain these folks? You can just read a few chats.
I'll
right?
try my best. Sure.
Yeah. Just interact with these guys. I think I can
before
find
you
this.
go.
Yeah.
Where was this retreat at?
That I'm not sure. Obviously, in a woods somewhere.
Oregon.
Yeah. Doc Flamingo, thank you. A bear attack would be so awesome. Yeah, they'll get their wish, Doc.
Yeah.
They'll get to meet the bear in the woods instead of the man.
Oh my gosh, $4,000 for that. They can come scream in my back. Magnificent Devil says they can come scream in my backyard for $500. Do a dance, Crazymouse. Which character is stronger, a level 40 D&D versus 3.5 or level 25E? No bears in those woods. They ran. They're gone. They gone. Uriah says, now's my chance. Stage that coup. Northern California, looks like. If they take off their shirts, they can do it at my house for free. You all plugged in? Yeah. What makes a mouse crazy? Crazymouse came from just a conversation with me and Mrs. Mouse when we were first dating, which would be 20-some years ago. And we were just talking about superpowers. And I just said, I'm not picky. I just want one where my body just feels like it's 65 degrees all the time. And she said, what would your superhero name be? I was like, I don't know. Crazymouse. I will not be going to Gen Con. This will be one I'm not going to, Xavier.
Yeah, Rogan and I will be, though, along with Mrs. D. In fact, we did our little events thing, and so we got some stuff there. If any of you are going to Gen Con and you want to do like a little meetup with Rogan and myself, by the way, the wired mouse is doing nothing. Because it's like the problem isn't like it's the computer is not reading. The computer is reading the mouse. We just can't see the cursor.
Nix is telling you what to do.
Nix, click start, settings, devices, select mouse. Okay. All right, nix it. Right,
Immortal Gen Con is the last week of like July. I'm not sure whatever that week is, and it goes into the very beginning of August. It's like that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It encompasses like July 31st, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, or something like that.
Hold on one second.
Click start. Go
so
to
nix it.
settings.
Yeah, mouse, mouse options. All right. Uncheck hide. All right, open pointer options tab. All right. Yeah, it says everything's do believe everything is copacetic. Yeah, still can't see anything, but that's fine. Yeah, we're just gonna have to go with it, guys. My guess is if I restarted my computer, it would be fine. So again, technology is horrible.
And to do that, we would shut off all the streams for a second.
Yeah, so what I will do is I will muscle through, and I will figure out a way to to do the giveaway.
Eden's, this is definitely the Indiana Gen Con.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be the
Chris
driver.
Miller's here. He just got here. What's going on? Chris, we've been talking about your book for a little bit, but Jeff Hatch had a question about the stitching, right?
Yeah, is it the standard or the
Guggenheim?
The Guggenheim.
What kind of stitching is it? $2 million from the Great Goldworm.
Thank you very much,
Grazie,
Great
grazie.
Goldworm. We appreciate that. Let's see if I can Let's see if I can eyeball. This is like flying blind on a rocket cycle. Oh, there we go. $2.
D. Xavier wants to know, what events did you get?
A couple of DCC games.
What's DCC stand for?
Dungeon Crawl Classics. Well, one's a Dungeon Crawl Classic, one's a Mutant Crawl Classic. And then Rogan got us into some mutant game. So those are the three
like
RPGs.
Masterminds?
No. It's like another like futuristic, mutant game. So that's what we're doing. I'm in a couple of like board games. Like I'm in like a 2-hour Axis and Allies game. Some other things here and there. So
what Mrs. Double D sign up for?
Everything. Every board game possible.
She's coming home with some trophies.
Oh God, yeah. So yeah, I'll be doing. Rogan and I will be doing a little bit of reporting there too. I'm going to take my laptop and just the Yeti mic, so we can just do some old school, just sitting around a single microphone.
You should
streams.
be like, you know how when they send that little Mexican guy to the Oscars and he has him drink tequila. Is it from Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon? One of those.
Yeah.
You should go around and just interview people.
Yeah. Like Bob the World Builder.
Yeah.
With his microphone. He's going mobile. One of the things I was going to show was that like one of his new videos. He's out in like the nature with that roving microphone.
He loves that thing. Whoever got him that, if it was Grace that got him that for his birthday or Christmas.
Good job.
Best gift ever.
Bleaker. The computer mouse has only been available for 60 years. People are still working out the kinks. Yeah, they don't know us. God, this is... I wish I could explain to you how odd this is, because it's like I can see where the mouse is interacting with everything. It's just you can't see the cursor. So yeah. Thank you, Xavier. Yeah, I hope you guys got any games you were in. Yeah, I'll try to. Hey, Patty, how you doing? I already shouted out what happened. Your situation from the Beyond. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to show it like I was able to, but I direct people to the Red Room. Check it out, especially if you like Chalt. Good Lord, I think it's only $3.50. Check out From the Beyond. Like I said, it's kind of shitty what Drive-Thru did, but
Avenger always says he likes to keep his products super inexpensive so that he could appeal to the masses.
Yeah. So Patty went right along with that. Priced it very nicely, $3.50, I believe, PDF. So. Good deal. Double D, you should play Sail Power. It's historical miniature Age of Sail. Yeah, I think I saw that. A strong RPG. Maybe I'll see if there's still any spots in there, JP. Double D, you should invite Harrison Butker. Yeah, pretty soon my favorite NFL player. What he is going through is just horrible. I mean, his words are just totally kind of twisted and taken out of context.
Glad to Chiefs are actually backing him.
Yeah, I am too. It shows a lot. It's just shitty that a family guy like that has to go through that stuff. These people are crazy. I mean, some of them you saw the women, what they're doing in the woods. Here's another one. Another Gen Z TikToker. Well, I don't think she's a TikToker, but she was just out and around, and then some TikToker's going to interview her. Let's hear what she has to say.
You fucking fuck!
What does it take for a guy to get friend zoned?
Literally anything.
Why?
Men are so icky. I'm sorry. Nothing a man can do is good. Honestly.
What is your biggest ick?
All of it. Being a man.
That's why you're single?
Yes.
I love how she had to think there. Yeah, that's why I'm single.
That's the whole reason.
Yeah, that's also why you're going to be extremely lonely and bitter when you get older.
That's probably why.
Men are gross. If you're a man watching this, I'm sorry, there's nothing you could do or say in this world to make you not gross.
A few weeks ago, I said I don't do.
All right, so so that's younger. Here's kind of like probably more like a millennial. List of things she don't do for her husband.
Well, this ought to be good.
My husband's laundry. And a lot of people are saying, whoa, those are small acts of kindness. Why wouldn't you want to do that for your partner? But here's the thing. Small acts of kindness that are mostly domestic labor just add up to work at the end of the day. So here's a list of things that I don't do for my husband. You all know I don't do his laundry. He can do that himself. I do my laundry and we do the kids' laundry, but he does his own. I don't cook dinner. He cooks dinner every single night. I do breakfast and lunch for us and our kids. I don't pack him a lunch. If he's hungry, he'll figure out what he's going to eat for lunch the same way that I do. I don't make his doctor's appointments because guess what? He's not making mine. Would it be kind of me to do that? For sure. Is it my job? Absolutely not. I want him to be healthy, but he's a grown-ass man and he can book his own appointments, right? There's a lot of things that I don't do for my husband. I don't schedule his haircuts. I don't pack his clothes for vacation, right? I don't do those things. I don't buy him new underwear when it's got holes in it. All of those are things that he's a grown man and he can do himself. Can I do small acts of kindness for him? Of course I can. And I do. I see a vinyl that I think he's going to like because he's creating a vinyl collection. I buy it. I'm at the store and I see something that I think he might enjoy eating. I buy it. I find a new non-alcoholic beer that he wants to try out. I buy it. Right? Those are small acts of kindness. Doing his laundry, cooking him dinner, making him lunch, booking his doctor's appointments, all those things, that's domestic labor. Those are chores. Those are not acts of kindness. Do I do them occasionally when he's working a lot? Of course. Do I cook dinner sometimes when he's had a really long day? Of course. But me not doing that does not mean that I don't show him love or kindness. They're different things. It is not my job as a wife, it is not in my job description to do all the domestic labor as small acts of kindness to my partner and receive nothing in return. I agree with this commenter. If it's going both ways, fantastic. But oftentimes, domestic labor, especially when you have children, adds up. And so no, I am not my husband's personal secretary or his personal assistant. I am none of those things. I am his partner, I am his equal, and I do not have to do things to cater to him and serve him at all times to be kind and loving for him.
Wow. It's like some of the things she's saying is like common sense because obviously like I don't ask my wife to
make your haircut.
Yeah, to do my haircut or get me good Lord,
Patrick Demo's hitting us up.
$5. I can get that.
Oh, look at that. He's going to be there.
Patrick, if you're going to Gen Con, stop my booth, 2904 Pointy Hat Games, and say hello. You damn right I will, Patrick. Yeah. Please remind me again as we get closer, too, buddy. You. Yeah. Well, yeah, or just give it to the human, the elephant over there who does not forget anything. Crazymouse, 2904. Love to meet you, Patrick. Yes, for sure. Thank you, by the way, $5 in this this very frustrating stream.
Someone else is at $29.19.
JP Crockett's. I'm at booth 20. JP, all right, 29. Looks like I'm going to be in the 29s. Going to be spending some time there. Absolutely. Yeah, good to see. Yeah, a lot of people like. I mean, I got to say, the reason we're probably going to Gen Con is mostly due to, Mrs. D. She's kind of the driver here. She loves board games, and it is huge for board games, of course. But, I go willingly. My daughter's going to be there, her girlfriend, all that stuff. Oh, great. Yeah. See if I can get rid of this fucking thing. Hey, we got a Norton. It's like everything is conspiring against me. I feel like Anakin Skywalker in Revenge of the Sith.
Fear leads to
yes.
something. Something leads to something.
Yeah, this is not gonna.
The reason I'm not going, someone asked if I was going. We have a very expensive summer coming up with someone graduating and all this other stuff, and we're behind on a couple bills, and we told the kids that we cannot go to Bethany Beach this summer because of all that's going on, and I couldn't look them in the eye and say, but by the way, I'm going to a comic book convention, so peace.
Yeah.
So that's the reason for me is a no this year.
Yep. Exactly. I hate sand. It gets everywhere. Yeah, I'm getting that Anakin Skywalker rage right now. I killed them. I killed them all. I slaughtered them like animals. I'm about ready to slaughter this $2,000 computer that I got that's supposed to be so cool. It already has like some sort of fucking like I'll try to like Google something and it takes me like 3 different places. So I've already got probably some keylogger or something. So I have to like use a different browser.
My brother, we were joking about this on Mother's Day. Not joking, laughing about. He came to town. He's from Indiana, and he's supposedly some big computer genius, and I don't personally see it. We downloaded a virus onto her computer by looking at porn because he thought that there was nudity in the Shogun TV series on like ABC in the 1970s. So he was trying to find it, and instead he downloaded a virus.
Yep. Nicely done. Bleeker. Norton antivirus. Is AOL still installed too? Good Lord, Bleeker. You are a hard man. I'm gonna see if I can. Yeah, look at that. I was able to get that. Oh, Nightbot's. Yeah, Nightbot is going to make its appearance. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's all Nightbot's fault.
That and Rogan's wife.
Yeah, we're going to blame Rogan's wife for a lot of this. I feel like, you know what I feel like doing? I feel like screaming like those women in the woods.
That'd be $4,000, please.
Yeah, I am not downloading anything from the dark web, Uriah. You know what I do though is to
Double D said doo-doo.
Doo-doo. What I do is like to rip YouTube videos. You do have to go to some of these. They're kind of shifty sites. They're not like outright terrible, but I must have one time just clicked the old yes when it said, "Do you want to install this stupid thing?" So now Yahoo isn't like my browser or my search engine of choice. But oh god, it's a nightmare.
Bleeker still uses his Yahoo email. Bleeker, I still use a Hotmail account.
So do I.
When I go to like a store or whatever, and they'll say like, "Do you have an email address? We could send you some coupons." Why, yes. Yes, I do. And that's where I just get all my coupons sent.
Aaron says 4K video downloader works for me. I'll have to try that one, Aaron.
Chris
Good
Miller
to see you.
still uses the Hotmail.
Yeah. Before it was like, oh, you must be so ashamed to do it. Now it's like a badge of honor. Like, yeah, I got a fucking Hotmail account.
Damn right.
Don't you wish you had one? You can't get one now. Now it's like Outlook. So hell yeah. I use my Hotmail account now, my personal one with pride. Hotmail is my default junk. Okay. All right, there's one last crazy bitch here. So this is a TikTok.
How much fun do you think that second one would be in the sack?
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, I guess we didn't expound on her.
I don't do that for my husband. I don't do that for my husband.
Yeah, it's not so much that the stuff she was saying was completely outrageous. Some of it was just like, oh, come on, now you're being petty. You know, I understand, like, it's just the way she presented it and the attitude. There's ways you can present things. She's like, oh, she could say like, man, my husband and I, we're a great team. I make breakfast and lunch. He makes the dinner. Yeah, we're a great team. You can kind of tell a lot of people by how they present things. And even though she wasn't being like, you know, just like horrible, like a lazy, like I do nothing and he does everything. She definitely does not in her heart, I think, really love her husband. I think she resents her husband quite a bit.
The resentment comes from maybe he was a drinker and maybe he kicked the sauce, and now she's like, and I'll bring him home his favorite non-alcoholic beverage.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good, man. That's really good. Yeah. These women where, some life advice here. I'll tell you what, we'll even go here for this, because this is important. Life advice. All right. If you're with a woman and let's say you screw up, guys, I don't know, you gamble too much or something, or, you step out, your wife finds out. Okay. But you vow to change, it's never going to happen again. You made a mistake.
But damn, they don't fucking let it go.
Yeah. My view is $2, by the way, from Patrick Demo.
Thank you, Patrick.
Yeah, Patrick. I'm gonna. Oh my Lord! Do you see what that is?
I did, yep.
It's back.
Let me see if it's back.
We got it. Holy shit! We got it. All right.
It's neon green too.
Yeah. Well, that's what it normally is. Yeah, I was gonna say. Holy shit! It's here. I'd be afraid of getting my frostbite on my junk. Yeah, exactly. I am so pumped. As they said in Revenge of the Nerds, we have Bush. Pan down, we have Bush. All right, so my point if you're with one of these women, I feel they're probably entitled to making your life miserable if you really did F up for a couple of months for sure. Okay? And, cracking the whip. And then, as a guy, you just have to learn okay, I screwed up. I'm just going to keep my head down and yes, dear it. After that initial period, I think they're free to mention it once every 10 years. That's the way it should be.
I don't even know if I'm going to agree with that, Double D, because now it's just like they've been sitting on it, and it's just been like a bullet in their gun. They've been waiting to fire.
Yeah. I guess it depends on how they mention it. But what happens with a lot of guys...
Yeah, and you know what? I'm going to agree with that statement. Depends on what it was and how they mention it. Let's pretend, like you mentioned a couple things. One, you maybe gambled too much. Maybe you did some drinking too much. Maybe you stepped out one time. Let's pretend it was the gambling too much. And 10 years go by or whatever it is. I think I'm going to do the fill out a bracket. Don't put the whole house on it, if you know what I'm saying. All right, in joke, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep. Very funny. Thank you.
So, but then if let's pretend you stepped out and you're watching Wolf of Wall Street, would you leave me for her? Probably, but let's not go there.
Some of these women, they think they have total ownership on you just because they stuck around and stood by you. Well, damn it. That only works for a while. After a while, you're either together or you're not. It's not this, you're together, but I have total dominion over you. And I see so many guys, trust me, I know guys in my own life. I know grown men. And, Crazymouse and I, we can spot them. They're the purse carriers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Men who take their wives' purses when they're changing, when they're doing this, when they're doing that. They're holding their wives' purses. Okay,
or carrying it around on vacation.
Carrying it around. Yeah, carrying it around. Yeah, that's how you can spot those guys. They stepped out of line, did something, and now they are carrying the purse. And if you don't think women do that on purpose to humiliate men, 100% they do. It's never by accident. They'll pretend it is. What? I was just getting changed. My hands were full. But really, purses don't have straps.
Yeah.
You couldn't put it around your freaking shoulder or set it down?
You couldn't set it down. That's the thing. You couldn't set it down.
Well, my stuff's in there. Yeah, you're $15 of fucking petty cash. It saddens me because I see these guys that are just beaten down, and then they let these women run their whole lives, and it's not supposed to be like that. And I'm not one of these bros who are like, tell your effing wife to what's what, tell her she better have dinner, ready for you, better have a foot massage coming at 8 p.m., bath drawn at 10. I'm not like that. Look, I've been married 30 years. Crazymouse is coming up on 20, right?
21 this year.
21, that's right. There's a lot of give and take, okay? But it's give and take, both. It's not just give.
My dad was a purse carrier. On vacation, my mom would make him walk around wearing it. And then my dad was not a nice person. But that was the one thing I always give my mom the business for. Like, you used to make dad carry your purse. And then her answer was always, well, it had a heavy camera in it.
Yeah, it had a heavy camera in it. My ass. And it's not so much like you said. Yeah, Crazymouse's dad was not a very nice man. But he was kind of sticking up for his dad because he was sticking up for all men in a way.
100%.
Right? I mean, look, I love my father-in-law.
He's a purse carrier.
But he's kind of a purse carrier, my mother-in-law rules the roost over there. And there were, it was because, he did something, minor, it wasn't, in my opinion, it wasn't that bad, but she never let him forget it. Reminds me of opening to the Jetsons when Jane starts. Yeah, exactly. Boy, I have never been happier to see a mouse cursor in my life. Have you, Crazy Mouse?
Because I can.
I'm staring at this.
I can
this
help now.
Cursor, and I'm like, oh my god, it's here! It's here! I just don't want it to go away. But yeah, there's the life lesson. And if you are in a relationship and you are not married yet with a woman who's doing this, and she's showing signs after like maybe a month or so of just never letting you forget how you effed up, what you really need to do is be direct. And by direct, I mean sit her down and say, listen here, you better knock it the fuck off, because this ain't going to last. Okay, I screwed up. I said I was sorry. I did my penance. We're going to move on or we're not. And that's it. Okay, either we do or we don't, and let's part ways here. And
I don't condone stepping out. I don't.
Nor do I.
There's a reason it happened.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that it is the guy just gets a free pass. That's not where I'm going with this. There's a reason why he did. For some reason, search your soul. You know what it is. You know.
Yeah, there's usually issues there, for sure. It doesn't happen in a vacuum, as Crazy Mouse just said. Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, $5 million.
$5 million from Doc.
Thanks, Doc. Always being there.
Yeah, thanks, Doc, for always being there. The more female TikTok videos I see, the bigger a Sean Connery fan I become. I know exactly what you're referring to there. Yes, the famous interview where he said women sometimes need a little bit of a cuff, as they used to say in the old days. A little cuff. It's not going to be like a Jordan Peterson channel, but kind of like watching these videos of these crazy bitches. What do you feel?
What did they try to take?
She looked like she had blood on her eyes.
Yeah, it looks like someone Balboa.
Yeah.
You fuck.
Looks like someone gave her Irish sunglasses.
Is that what
as Gavin would call it.
Yeah, Irish sunglasses. Yeah, this woman is cold as ice.
I don't like her.
Yeah, she's this is the kind you'd run to, like, expecting, like, sympathy for something. And then, damn. Like, she would just look at you with those ice-cold eyes and just...
Some of this stuff she didn't even need to say. Like, I would never expect Mrs. Mouse to make a haircut appointment for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's stuff that, like I said, it's not that her demands were, like, unreasonable. It's how she presented them.
She presents it, yep.
Yeah. She's presenting it like with a lot of resentment. That's
Great Goldworm got half a chub, which is what that other guy was watching when he was freaking working his business. The lawyer,
Nicky Rackets. All right, this last one is really good. So TikToker, she is a legit TikToker. Being a single mom is making your own birthday cake on your birthday so that your babies can feel happy they're singing to you. All right, I don't want to get copyright claimed on this video.
Because of the music.
Yeah, because of the music. But this dumb broad, and you may think like, oh, come on, Double D. What's wrong, man? She's a single mom. Have you no sympathy in your heart, Double D? Okay. That was on Twitter. So this was one of the replies. And this is legit too, because I checked it out. This is 100% true what this guy says. The video you shared of the lady making a cake has a huge unknown story about her. She's originally from Indiana, moved to Florida, and faked having cancer, where she received lots of money from people. She then disappeared for a while and came back completely fine and never mentioned it again. She also has divorced 2 men, for sure, with others unknown. One of them she conned out of money by posing as his attorney during COVID times during their divorce. That's weird. That part I don't understand.
I do. Like sometimes during COVID, you couldn't meet with your attorney. Everything was online or through emails or correspondence like that. So she presented herself as an attorney and represented him.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
See
Yeah.
during COVID times, that sounds legit.
She has the 2 kids on her videos. And then she has 3 other kids she doesn't have custody of that live with her ex. She is actually quite crazy. And her whole hometown knows about it and talks about it. Yeah, so her ex-husband has a TikTok account that all it does is like show the truth about this dumb broad. Little Miss crying Annie.
Johnny
here.
D says that's a nice kitchen for a single mom.
Yeah, that's what people were saying. Like, yeah. Well, she's got all that sweet cancer money. That's cancer sympathy money. God, that really upsets me, as Crazymouse knows. Yeah, I'll get that. I had a very, very close relative who had cancer, a serious cancer too, and when I see people taking advantage of that stuff, that does not bode well for anyone. Chris Miller, $10. He sends me 2 copies of Baptism of Fire, and he's nice enough to give $10. A friend of my brother just got a divorce from his wife of 10 years because she was beating him. He was also the sole moneymaker. Surprise, she cheated on him too. Female empowerment. Yes, exactly, Chris. I'm so sorry for that friend of your brother's. Guys really have it tough now. I see young guys now, and I think as men we're sort of conditioned almost through evolution and nature to kind of at first be almost have like an adversarial, like, oh, that's a potential rival. Obviously we're civilized, we get over that quick, but so sometimes I'll see these young men who maybe 10 years ago I'd have been like, that guy looks like a douchebag, and now I look at him and I'm like, I got nothing but sympathy for that guy. Like he's got such a tough road ahead of him with these crazy women.
A tough road to hoe.
Tough road to hoe. Hell yeah. There it is, Baptism of Fire. We'll get there.
Great cover art.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right, so I wanted to do this, too. And now I can, because we have a cursor. I'm so happy. It came back to us like a prodigal son. First of all, guys, there's what I wanted to show you earlier. There's Patty's work. Sorry, $3.99, not $3.50, $3.99, but good Lord, $4. Is that even a full coffee at Starbucks these days, Crazymouse?
You know what? I'm not a coffee drinker. I'd get a drink from Starbucks that costs like $4. But what we do is we get a lot of Starbucks from gift cards.
Yeah, I gotcha. Look at that. Yeah, I love Patty's. It's just very simple, plain line art. He's got a style. I love it.
People are saying grow a spine. Dice Tales. My wife doesn't allow me to build a spine. Very well played. Very well played.
Yeah. So there you go. You guys see just spelled the Red Room backwards. I'm sure the Red Room was already taken.
$2 from the Canada.
Yep. Jeffrem, old buddy, thank you very much. Do you have a list of do's and don'ts for Gen Con? Are you going to, Jeffrem? If you are, I definitely want to hook up with you. Yeah, we got to have a little meetup, guys. We'll find a place.
Guys, I want to stress I'm disappointed I can't go.
Oh, yeah. I could tell.
I want to go.
Yeah, he was originally going to, but things just kind of turned financially
and I
a
just
little bit.
cannot say, hey, guys, we couldn't go on a family vacation, so I'm going to go on a private vacation.
Yep.
I've gone to 2 times, and both times have been... I enjoyed them very much. The first time, Double D had to take me under his wing because I was a noob. And I go for the people watching and I enjoy the food, but I enjoy hanging out with my friends. That's what I enjoyed the most. I did play some games. I was in a game with Double D's son and his friends. It was Captain Sonar.
Great game.
We played some other games, but I didn't play any of this like sit down games where I think that you had to pay.
Yeah.
We had a private DM for one night.
Yeah, I used to meet a group of people, and there's one guy who would kind of DM like a Call of Cthulhu game. He was a pretty good DM. Did over the years. Yeah, it looks like Jeff was planning on going in a couple of years. Yeah, I mean, I would say plan, if you're going to do the gaming, plan at least one game a day. That way you have something to hang your hat on. But don't feel like you have to plan 3 like all day, like 3 games a day. People do that. And I don't know, some people like it, but honestly, like Crazymouse just said, I like people watching. There's so many people there. And I know Gen Con's
a lot of costume wear, like cosplay.
Yeah, like
so
cosplay,
I like that.
yeah. And I know Gen Con's woke, the people who run it, they're morons. But generally speaking, there's more normal people there than you might think. I know everybody thinks they're all rainbow-haired idiots, but that's not necessarily true. There's just a lot of you can just tell they're like normal people. Patrick Timo, an after-hours meetup is a must. Do it. Yeah. I'll get with Rogan. We'll try to organize something at one of the local establishments.
JP says, must. Do wear deodorant. Do get 6 hours of sleep. Do wear sturdy shoes. A lot of walking.
Yeah. Don't have one of those luggage like suitcases that you drag behind you in the vendor hall. If you've never been to the vendor hall at Gen Con, it's enormous. It's massive. Rogan hates people who have those roll behind suitcases to carry all the stuff that they buy. He will step on it purposefully. Rogan has admitted he occasionally has anger issues, which is fine.
He said the other day that he thinks he's the most angry. He said this on Friday night.
Yes.
I'm the most angry person I've ever met. And I feel like his therapist has beaten that into his head.
Yes, that's right. He's never been anything but kind and nice to me.
He is such a nice, gentle giant.
Yeah. But he will occasionally go off on those people at Gen Con. They get under his skin a lot. Like he was at a booth, like he was like, there's like these big booths where you're picking stuff up, you're putting it down, you're picking it up, you're putting it down. He had something in his hands that he was considering buying, and the person next to him took it out of his hands. Like, ooh, I might want that. And he just looked at him, and I think he didn't like clock the guy, although he very well could have. He just grabbed it back, and maybe like stared him down a little bit. But he definitely has stepped on people's like roll behind suitcases to like stop them short. So Rogan is always fun to go to Gen Con with. So is Crazymouse. We haven't had the full gang there forever. Yeah. Cause Crazymouse was like a late addition.
Mm-hmm.
We had gone for like 8 or 9 years. And then he's like, you know what? I'm finally ready to take the plunge. So anyway, I'll be at the booth on Sunday, says JP.
Yeah, JP says that he's running a game till 11 every night. So how late is after hours? We used to still hang out past 11 o'clock.
I'm a night owl, so that doesn't bother me.
I'm a night owl.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excluded from this one, but when we went, 11 o'clock was not a big deal.
Yeah, Mrs. D is a night owl too. I mean they have games scheduled till like midnight at least. Like Blood on the Clock Tower, stuff like that. So yeah.
I played in that community game Werewolf when we were there. I'm pretty sure that's what it was called.
Those are kind of fun.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't like supporting it, but it's kind of at this point like Mrs. D likes going. So we are planning on going to GaryCon next year up in Lake Geneva.
And that's in Wisconsin?
Yeah. Yep. So I'll be going to Wisconsin this summer for VentureCon and then to GaryCon, which is a little bit bigger next year.
Mrs. Double D's always talked about going to Origins.
Yeah. We may hit there at some point. All right. Oops. Don't lose it now, Double D. All right. So you remember these guys, don't you? Crazymouse. Yeah, our friends Ryan, Howard, and Wonky. They had a stream last night, so I caught it live, and they had They were talking about a something that kind of caught my attention. I just wanted to see what you guys thought.
Who's Ryan Howard's relative?
Robert E. Howard, the guy who wrote Conan.
Yeah.
And many other things too. Yeah. Yeah. So we had Ryan on and Wonky. They had their Kickstarter, which did pretty well. So, but they were kind of just talking about art. They were talking about AI art, which
I'd say we got a super chat, but that's Double D leaving a super chat.
Oh yeah, that was for them last night. Yeah, I just wanted to share a little love. You guys give me love, I give it right back.
Jeff Hatch, Double D. I went this year. Now you're saying you're going next year? That's what he said. Yep. Next year.
To Gary Con?
Gary Con.
Gary Con, yeah. Well, just go next year.
Yeah.
Save them pennies, Jeff. Get a second job. Slutty Sevens, LOL. I don't know. What are Slutty Sevens?
Where's that at? I don't know.
That's Forgiven Felon. All right. I like that name too. There's a lot of mystery in that. It's some prison logo there.
On one hand, it seems like there's a lot to be, doom and gloom about. But on the other hand, why? Why focus on the horrible, awful things when what we should be focusing on and what's more productive to focus on is what we can do to circumvent those horrible outcomes? What can we do to separate ourselves from these, from these horrible outcomes? What can we do to build our fortress in, these borderlands that we find ourselves in? Our keep on the borderlands, Wonky. That's what we need to build.
You figure out what you like, you dig your heels in, you show a little fang, and you don't budge.
Yeah.
And that's what Guts and Glory was founded on.
That's their Kickstarter,
Right,
Guts
yep.
and Glory. Yep.
I love so many people's products and
It is Surly. That's Brother Landon. Yep. That's how I got to know him first.
so many people's games and projects. Like my battle jacket here is covered in different games. I got Dragon Slayer and MCC and DCC and I got all kinds of things on here. I love everyone's game, but I knew what I wanted to do and I'm not budging on it. And I think everyone that we've talked about is doing the exact same thing. I think Greg Gillespie knows exactly what kind of game he wants to make and he's doing that and he's doing it better than anyone. I think Matt Finch knows exactly what rules he wants to be writing and he's doing it better than anyone. They're passionate creators. They took the time to get good at it. Then they got gooder and now they're kicking ass. That's just what you do. You find that hill like you're talking about. You know where you want to build your castle. My recommendation, don't try and take over someone else's castle. That'll make them either not like you or you're going to change your values and ideals. I'm not, see, that's why I had such a hard time being like, I'm actually OSR. Of course I'm like super OSR. Like, of course I am. But I don't want to be confined to these predetermined notions of what that means. And so I had to break away from that. And that's just nomenclature. That's for my own personal, values and what I'm pursuing. And I think if you want to be a good creator in today's age, you need to figure out what that is. That probably means a whiteboard. That might mean some lined paper. I don't know. You have to figure out why you're actually doing this because it's hard work. And if you're trying to make it easier, you're cheating the muses. I don't know what else to tell you. And you're cheating everyone buying your product.
Mm-hmm.
He has such passion when he talks.
I know. I love Wonky. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Ryan too. I've been on his show. He's been on mine. Yeah, he was very kind last night. But this Wonky, he's an artist. He's also a writer too. Man, the kids
called it his battle jacket. That's a cut from a motorcycle gang.
Looks like it.
But he's so articulate when he talks, and he's very passionate about what he speaks about.
Yep, I'd like to have both of them on again. Because I definitely want. To talk to both of them, but Wonky's his enthusiasm is contagious.
Yeah, and that's I didn't struggle as much separating myself from OSR, even though that I like you, I was very influenced by the OSR. But what I realized very quickly was whatever I do can't be old because I'm not of that vintage.
Right.
I can't be OSR. I was not. I don't remember the 80s. I wasn't alive. So
It's my biggest inspiration, and just for example, here's my drawing tablet that I work on all day. I literally stare at an OSR patch all day, every day. It's not like
That's
I
from
don't
Greg.
care, and it's not like I don't have skin in the game. I just know what I want to do with it.
Yeah.
You know, and I think everyone, whether you're signing up for, you know, if you want to go right for MCDM, our favorite game, do it wholeheartedly. Make it, learn what you're supposed to learn and figure out how the rules work, and then figure out what other people have done and why they were successful, and then figure out what you didn't like or really liked and latch onto that, and you'll figure it out along the way. It's not hard per se. The thing that's hard is maybe being honest with what you want to do, and maybe being honest with how how much time it's going to take to get there.
Chris Miller, $5. Wonky told me that I was the one who red pilled him and gave him the courage to design his own game. My heart grew 3 sizes. Wow. We owe you a debt of gratitude then. If you were at all even inspirational to him, Chris. Thank you. Chris is such a good dude. Yeah, because this guy, man, I just love it. But they're kind of talking about something. I'll let him finish up here. It's just like maybe another minute. I was
How
going to
much
go.
grind is actually involved? Because what I've noted throughout writing and art and all these different creative pursuits I do is patience has been very much inflicted upon me, and I don't like it. But tedium's just the name of the game. You know, you're staring at a page for 20 hours, going, feeling like Lizardland brain. Like you got to learn to love it.
Double D says OSR is always a state of mind to me. It is. It's an old school state of mind, but the thing about that, however,
All right, so this is important here. This is kind of like the gist of it. So we'll let him go here. I'm saying, like, look, if you call yourself OSR, it kind of doesn't matter, like, oh, I like this particular game or I like this mechanic. You can kind of just tell who's OSR and who's not by kind of how they approach gaming. But let's see what Ryan has to say, because he slightly agrees to disagree.
Whenever you slice up the O and the S and the R, it's some kind of return, some kind of like resurgence of an idea. And I think that work has been completed, if I'm being totally honest. When the OSR started, and I have to give Crafty Matt credit for this because he was the one who kind of first made this argument to me. When the OSR started, you couldn't just go on drive-thru and buy AD&D First Edition or BX or something like that. WotC was keeping those in a vault and not re-releasing them. So those, like the retro clones, had a utility at that point. You have to get people to realize what these games were and get them back into that mindset. This mindset is very much alive now, and it's influencing people of our generation. So OSR, your work is done. Your work is complete.
Okay. Fair enough. I'll expound on that a little bit. But first, our old friend H2, Howard Hughes.
He has a new avatar.
Is that new?
Well, the H2 is the same, but next to his name on the thing is the Dungeon Master guy.
Yeah, that goes there. It's different ones for the longer you've been a member.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's what I was looking at. The H2's always been there. Yeah.
Howard Hughes to re-Grinchify. Chris Miller, thank you very much. $20.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
And we got one from Eden's as well.
Eden's, $5. Thank you very much, sir. As a younger person, it's hard to find where you fit in the current TTRPG. I wasn't alive for OSR, but this new era outside of a few games is hollow. Yeah. So, let's see. We'll go back here for a moment. All right. So, fair points by Ryan about the OSR. I can kind of see where maybe these younger guys are like, hey, we're younger, we're tired of you guys, maybe just always like being nostalgic for a time when we weren't even alive. So I'm mindful of that. And that is why I generally do believe that OSR is definitely kind of a state of mind. Like look at like RPG Pundit, for example. Like this game here. Okay. If you asked RPG Pundit, he will tell you he's OSR, to the core. He's one of the OG OSR people. But I'm telling you, the mechanics in that book, would probably make some OSR people, just balk. Like Greg Gillespie. Greg Gillespie is hardcore OSR, like negative, descending armor class. If it's not descending armor class, it's not OSR. I've never myself had that kind of a strict, like, okay, OSR is a mechanics based thing. To me, it sort of is about a mindset. Like Baptism of Fire, Lion and Dragon from Pundit is an OSR product, DCC. As much as we don't, like the direction Goodman Games has gone lately, especially Mr. Goodman.
Remember when I thought it was goddamn games?
Yes, goddamn games. But DCC, I would consider that like an OSR game, but it's got ascending armor class. It's got some certainly has throwbacks, to the earlier, but you're still rolling, hitting a higher AC. It's got spell burn, something that wasn't in the original game. That's why I say I'd be careful about tying, kind of mechanics, to the definition of OSR. Now, to Ryan's point, his thing is like, hey, OSR is already, I guess what he's saying is it's kind of already accepted and out there. So, his thing is like, look, your job's done. You've kind of resurrected these old games that pay homage, and, you can now buy something, new that kind of, without giving a dime to Wizards of the Coast, that kind of recreates the experience. Yes and no. I mean, you can do that, but OSR is still in the grand scheme of things, it is very, very small. So to me, that's why I'm always kind of thinking like strategic level. I'm not a very good tactical fighter, but I'm a little bit better strategic wise. That's why I was never good at like, tactical war games, but I was pretty good at games like Third Reich, Uriah Grant Edwards, Double D. Where would you put Castles and Crusades on that OSR spectrum? I would put it in OSR, but to a lot of people, like I said, someone like Greg, he's going to say, nope, that ain't OSR. And, I understand that. I respect it. I might, disagree with that. Only because, yes, it's very stripped down, but it still has ascending AC. It's still got 3rd edition mechanics in it. And some people say, like, look, if it has any bit of 3rd edition in it, ain't OSR. But I would encourage people not to be like that. And I know people will say, like, well, yeah, that's when you got to gatekeep. I mean, I don't know. Something tells me that, like, just through common sense, I mean, you can tell, when somebody's not an honest broker when it comes to this kind of stuff. Like I said, as much as we don't like the direction Goodman Games has gone in recently, there's nothing wrong with DCC, and to me, it is OSR. It's trying to capture that spirit.
It's like Tom Coughlin.
Yeah. In what way do you think?
If you're on time, you're late.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah. I guess I just picture like real old school. There's old school, then there's like real old school.
Yeah. I mean, look, to me,
I do appreciate some old school, and I do live by the if you're on time, you're late.
But you don't like THACO, right? I mean,
I don't.
And I'll be honest with you, I don't either. I'll put up with it. It doesn't scare me or anything like that. But
it's just a different version of the game.
Yeah, it is. And to me, there were a few advancements made in third edition, and that's kind of why I kind of like Castles and Crusades. It kind of, you get a little bit of the best of both worlds there. Steam Bub, $2. Thank you very much. To me, OSR is just compatible with old school D&D. Yeah, I think that's more Greg's definition. If you can use it, if you can pull a module off the shelf, like I can walk over there and, pull, Sinister Secrets of Saltmarsh. Boom. Does your rule system, can I run that without changing anything? I mean, I respectfully disagree because it's so easy to kind of convert these things. Like, look, 19 is the magic number for armor class.
Some of our stuff, I used to have a thief named Kez, and Kez had a weapon, a magic weapon, and that weapon couldn't exist in the worlds that we play in now. The weapon.
The cat, you talking about cat's claws? Yeah.
No, ultimatum.
Ultimatum. Yeah.
It wouldn't exist anymore. It would literally slay anything it touched.
Well, yeah, but that was.
So we'd have to dumb it down.
You'd have to, and I would just say scale it, not even dumb it. It's just because the numbers kind of in third edition that is one thing. The numbers did start to inflate a little bit.
Hit points got out of,
Yeah. I mean, that's like I said. It's kind of third edition is kind of where the worm turned, and they started to tailor everything to the players. Like, oh, here's this feat, here's this ability. If you're a DM and you're on the ball, you always want your players to be happy and have things, of course, but you always want that nice balance between.
I've never been really a power gamer. I mean, I know.
No, you haven't been.
Rogan does, and so does Gavin. Yep. But like the feats that always would come out, like I always thought the creative ones, like mimic voice, stuff like that. I don't know, something that a thief would really enjoy.
Yeah, which I always tried to, work in as best I could. Like I like something you did in the game last Friday. He had a horse coming at him, his character, and he just wanted to do like a Hollywood movie. Like this horse is coming. He wanted to literally just jump on this horse that the villain was on.
I let it ride kind of right by me as it was riding by. I grabbed the stirrup or and just saddle and just climbed right up. I had to make a roll for it, and I did.
Yeah. Made a decently difficult dexterity check. Pulled it off, and then he was able to kind of wrestle the guy off the horse. So it's kind of what I do kind of like Castles and Crusades, because you can kind of do stuff like that without a lot of fuss and muss. Could you do it in other editions of course. But here it's just like one roll, hey, it's kind of more of a dexterity type roll.
In the games we used to play when our numbers were so inflated, I had to make a pretty hard roll for that.
Yeah, for sure.
I did not have a 50-50 shot at it.
Right.
But the old characters with the inflated stats, my God, it would have been like, I only would have missed on like a 1.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And as a DM, like I said, you're always trying to be like, all right, I want the players to have a good time, but I also want the world to seem a little bit realistic, and they can't walk around thinking that they can do everything. So yeah, so I thought that was just about right, where that was. So right now it seems to be working for us. So we're gonna keep going with it. But yeah, I forgot to tell you that on Friday. Like, yeah, I kind of like that. I love when people don't just do the old like I swing, I hit, I swing, I miss in combat. If you can jazz it up, say, hey, I want to do this. I'll give you a little leeway, if you want to kind of, go out, I don't want to say outside the rules, but like, hey, what if I did this? I'm going to give you a decent chance to at least attempt it, maybe not succeed, but at least attempt it. Thedan, I started playing back in 2000 or so when third edition was new. That was a fun time. It really was. So OSR is not nostalgic to me. Yeah. But I think there's plenty to take away from the OSR. Yeah, that's a great point. That's why I don't like the strict definition of OSR. I don't think it should be completely. Go ahead. I don't think it should be completely compatible with a first edition module. Look, a lot of people just aren't going to be using those. Snake Oil Sean, good to see you, Snake Oil Sean. Yeah, $5. The best edition of D&D is the home-rolled version that you choose to play at your table and always will be. Yeah, yep, absolutely. Whatever you guys are having a good time with, and whatever you're having a good time with, whatever is challenging the players in a fair way.
I don't want to ever assume every single adventure or every single campaign just goes our way.
Right.
But the other thing that I'm fearful of is the exact opposite, where nothing goes our way, where you don't have any connection to your character. I've mentioned this on the show before. And I even asked Greg Gillespie that when he's like, oh, I get people that come and go. Well, do they come and go because you're killing them off and they have no interest in, like, why do I come? My guy's just going to die. None of my characters in Double D's campaigns have lived. The last thief retired because he didn't know any. He didn't make sense for him to hang out with this new group. He didn't know any of them. But all of my characters in Double D's campaigns have died. Even all the thieves I've played, and also I had a lot of fun playing a barbarian, and he died too.
It's dangerous, and trust me, I hate it. I mean, I hear all these DMs all the time.
Well,
like, I'm a killer DM, and I'm like,
I wouldn't say that you are a killer DM. One of them was Kez's was an instant kill. Like
that was a 2020, right?
Oh, 2020 hit.
2020 hit, yeah.
And but Mrs. Double D has a character that is alive, and she'll probably just die of old age.
She's the original.
Yeah, and Gavin Morgan's Gavin character is still alive, but he's batshit crazy. And rightfully so.
Yeah. Chris Miller, $10. Chris, you don't have to do that. Good Lord, you are too kind. Thank you, buddy. OSR should be a broad term. I agree. I don't care if AC is ascending. You like THAC0, that's great. I wouldn't die on that hill. I like one-to-one times sometimes. Yeah, it is more about nostalgic style of play and artwork. Yeah, I would agree almost 100% with that about everything. Yeah, I don't mind trying new things here and there. I think basically all we're saying with OSR is, are you on the Wizards of the Coast kind of, train? Are you jumping on that bandwagon where it's like, okay, I'm going to show up and I'm going to play some furry and my, to what Crazymouse was just saying, my character better live, and if he doesn't, I'm going to throw a fit at the table. Even if my choices, are just terrible. Is it, DMs who don't really, I guess, understand how to ad lib, how to do things on the fly, as it were, who have trouble. I think I mentioned last week, how, or maybe it was on inappropriate characters, which I was on this past week. How, Mrs. D, she games with someone in her board game group, and she's a non-binary girl. Nice enough, I guess, but obviously a younger girl who's kind of into all that stuff, and she's DMing something, and she confided to Mrs. D that she has trouble when the characters are like going from one place to another because there's nothing there, she hasn't really stretched her DM muscles because she's so used to just by the book DMing, like, oh, I'm going to buy this adventure that takes us from levels 1 to 12. Or,
Stern does that still.
Yeah. A lot of times guys don't feel like they have enough, maybe time to do that kind of stuff. But I would always encourage people. It's more freeing than you might think. These guys, I think we may have told you, but they went to this huge, island, and I don't want to say like, oh, I had a ton of stuff ready. I had a lot of stuff ready. They were supposed to find this city, and look, they got lucky, and I was not afraid to do this. There was treasure at the front door that they were able to get. And to Crazymouse's point, he didn't want his character to die, and nobody else did either. So they said, what we're going to do? We're going to get this treasure. We feel like we have accomplished our quote-unquote mission here, which was to tell people if this city existed. Now, they could have gone above and beyond and kind of delved in and mapped,
not just because I didn't want my character to die, which is true, But the other part
Nothing
of
wrong
it
with
was,
that, by the way.
was role playing. My character's an orphan. He never came from money. 20 gold to him is a ton of money.
Yeah.
And after we got these gems, I was like, "What, guys? Why on earth would you go any further?" I could have maybe been talked into it, role playing wise, but my character as an orphan had zero interest in going any further.
Yeah. Now, as a DM, I could have been. Was I supposed to kick rocks? Like, oh, come on, guys, you're supposed to go into my super cool dungeon. I was just sitting there listening, and I was kind of fascinated. And, it looks, my wife's character was like, no, you're damn right, we're going to move on, and Captain Stern's character was too, because he's a bard, and he's like, there could be some songs in this, there could be glory in songs and all this.
That was the first time I ever saw Mrs. Double D in all the years I've ever gamed with her. It's the first time I ever saw her greedy.
yeah, a little bit.
And truth be told, and I'm not the only one that noticed it, when she rubbed her hands like Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah, Scrooge McDuck. Yeah. Autism, greed can be a doom. It can, So that's why I don't necessarily blame them. Hungar the Starvarian, $5 LO when IDM. It's like 95% on the fly, but that's just me. These days, it's a lot like that with me. I don't really go by published adventures. Now, I think
it'd be hard for you, Double D, because I think our table's big, and we're actually at that time. I think Gavin was still playing. No, he might not have been. That might have been like the first or second week without him.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I think our table's big, so there's so many opinions and strategies getting thrown off. Like, you have to be able to go on the fly.
Yeah. Yeah. And it helps, when you've already kind of set your world for, like I said, 27 years, 28 years. I don't want to say I've lived in it, but in my mind, I kind of have a general idea of the way things are. But, look, you always got to try to make things interesting too. So, that usually comes by new NPCs, new places, that they, that maybe they weren't aware of. Like, hey, something's going on here. You don't ever aren't pushing them, but hey, you hear this. That's the way to DM that style, by the way. Don't ever flesh anything out like ahead of time, like to a huge degree. But think of it as something like, oh, there could be a little meat on the bone here. And then like, look, the players have the choice. Do they want to follow this thread? Do they want to pull on it? Or, they just want to pass. It just doesn't interest them. So it's the way to do it. It's like the Japanese had, it was called just-in-time inventory back in the, 1980s. Call it like just-in-time DMing. You just kind of, you do a little bit of, planning, but not a ton until they have made up their mind. And then you can flesh it out a little bit more, as things get closer. See what else we got here. OSR gamers always act like Bleaker, like high prep DMs like myself are playing wrong. I've fully prepped tons of shit that the PCs walked away from. A good DM actually enjoys the prep process. Yeah, Bleaker, there is something to be said for that too. You are exercising muscles in your prep. So I'm not going to damn you. Now, I myself might view it as, wasted effort, but then you could also say, yeah, but are you going to be prepared when you do have to flesh something out? Maybe your muscles ain't going to be as developed as they should be.
Well, think of it as like,
I can understand that.
Like a football coach drawing up plays. You can't use every play, every game, but you do have to do all the prep work. And some coaches love that prep work.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, after this amount of time, I do have a lot of prep work kind of up here that I can draw off of just through a lot of experience. And, I do reading in my off time, about certain things. So I'm prepared, but maybe I just don't over prep. But look, if you want to prep things and exercise them muscles, nothing wrong with that. Marvelous Mr. Mean, $9.99. Thank you very much. Have we seen Marvelous Mr. Mean?
No, I don't. That name doesn't sound familiar to me. Neither did that other one that super chat from a little bit ago. That name sounded new to me as well.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Maybe that's why all those women were having rage rituals in the forest, because their furry PC was killed and didn't get their way. Yeah? I mean, that is the way a lot of these folks kind of act when they don't.
When people like overreact like that, like, what are you really angry about? And this just came up in our house the other day. It was a Wednesday night a couple weeks ago. I went home and Sophia was working on a school project that involved some kind of a shoebox. And she was getting frustrated with Mrs. Mouse. So Mrs. Mouse said, "Thank goodness, Dad's here. He can help you." And I said, "Well, what are you trying to do?" And she said, "Well, I don't know." And I said, "Well, what's the shoebox for?" And she's like, "I don't know." And I said, "Well, Sophia, you have to know something about it." She's like, "I just don't know." And you could tell she was clearly getting frustrated. So I said, "Sophia, if that was the case, then just put a jar of peanut butter and jelly in it and just call it a day." "Well, I can't do that." "Oh, so you do kind of know."
Yeah.
And then she just said, and it was probably, the tone of my voice was probably just like it is right now. And she said, "Why is everyone yelling at me?" Well, I hardly think this is yelling. But, so it just goes to show.
They are that generation, Alpha and Z. Yeah, if you just sometimes talk, I don't want to say sternly, but
just question,
seriously. Yeah, seriously.
A decision.
Yeah,
why are you yelling at me?
It's almost like an existential attack. And boy, some of that's got to come from education, and I'm sure a lot of it is peer too.
Right. Who
peer
are you hanging
driven,
out with at school that does this?
Yeah, Cal's prep is painting heinous creatures. Yeah, I've done a little bit of that myself in my day too, Cal. Good to see you here, buddy. So yeah, it's kind of good to see the chats kind of debating this too. I guess in the end, OSR to me, it really is a state of mind, and I do see what Ryan Howard was saying to kind of bring it back full circle. That hey, you guys got kind of your way. OSR is out there. You can buy these rules. Your mission's accomplished now. But I'm just saying, why not just have a hat we can hang it under? And maybe they just feel like OSR has been so just through a lot of, I don't know, like infighting and bullshit, that it's not a good umbrella to hang things on. Maybe indie game is the way. I don't know. Look, I'm open. I see a branch. There's like a branching of gamers, and I think what I consider this OSR mentality is on one side. And, by far the majority are, these newer players who don't really kind of understand what good gaming is, because all they play is kind of like 5th edition games as they're run by your average 5th edition DM these days, which is essentially just a bunch of wish fulfillment and power fantasies for their real life. And, dinosaur racing and, stuff like that. And, boy, to me, if that's, nobody's going to stop you. I'm not going to stop you from playing that, but boy, I don't want any part of that.
I have a hypothetical out there for all the DMs, including you, Double D.
Yeah.
Would you ever let a hot dice or a cold dice night call it quits for the day? And what I mean by that is, I remember Gavin was just rolling so shitty one night upstairs, and his character died or something happened. He needed to make some saving throw. I said, "Are you going to do that tonight, or do you just want to do it next week?" And he's just like, "I want to do it tonight." I'm like, "This is doomed for failure." Sure,
I remember that. I remember that. Yeah.
Well, in the other, like, Kez, who was my first thief I ever played, he died on a 20-20. And what I mean by that is Double D rolled a 20 to hit me, then rolled another 20 to make sure it was a critical, I think, right?
Yep.
And then all you had to do was hit for the third one, and it was an instant kill.
This is 3rd edition.
Yeah. And so my guy died that way. But later on, I had a character that 20-20 killed this massive troll.
Yeah.
Defaric was his name.
Defaric.
Actually, it was Kez that actually killed him. So then Kez died from an instant kill from somebody else. But anyway, Kez's might have been from a trap.
It was. That's why I felt it was such an ignominious end to a good character.
Yeah,
but
I
wondered.
I wonder if let's say, shit, I'm getting my ass beat tonight. Guys, we're going to pick it up here next week.
There is something to be said for that, and I'm not one of these one-to-one game people who says you must try to end the session in a safe place, like in a city. I will stop it wherever it is. So you'd be a fool if I had, in the old days, my Widowmaker dice was just tearing through. Maybe instead of going all the way to 12:30 at like midnight, somebody's like, "Oh man, I am really really tired. I am beat. Yeah, you're really taking it out of us tonight." Yeah.
Immortal says, "What's the most 20s you've ever rolled consistently?" His was 4.
4. I mean, keep in mind, Aaron, I've been DMing since 1991, pretty much weekly. I mean, obviously with breaks here and there, but consistently. I've had nights where I've rolled easily 4. As far as in a row, I'm sure I've rolled 4 20s in a row at some point. I tend not to look. These guys always joke. By the way, hold on. Let me pick this up. Chris Miller, $5. If your game doesn't look like a Dio music video, it's not for me. Yep,
our game does look like a Dio video, so our game is for you.
Yeah, these guys will always say like, "See, you do want to kill us because, look, if I'm rolling shitty, like I'm just rolling like there was recently wasn't there one time where I wasn't rolling anything above like a 4?
Yep,
I'm just
Single
like what?
digits.
Yeah, I'm just like what the hell." And these guys always chuckle like, "Gee, you really do want to kill us?" And it's like, no, but I do want it to be. I do want you to sweat a little bit, Ideally, you guys should be at the point of harm or death every combat, because every combat should be deadly.
Should be, absolutely.
Yeah. Now, I'm not saying I want to kill you, or I'm going to, I'm just going to pile it on and, guys are going to pop up from, being dead, and then they're just, but, I got an obligation, in the world to make things difficult as only I can, so... And when I'm rolling, 3s and 4s, God, what a terrible night that was. I should have called it that night. Oh, guys, I got a tummy ache here. Yeah, double D's, not feeling it. I got a Manitou in my stomach. Yeah, so I don't know. But I just thought that was kind of an interesting, it was just kind of a throwaway at the end of their stream, which a lot of it was about AI art and, stuff like that. And, but, just kind of at the end, what is OSR? And I know it's been discussed before, but, I can only tell you, I'm never going to tell you what you should think, but the way I think is big tent, like Ronald Reagan used to think the Republican Party should be. It should be a big tent, should have a little bit of, accommodation for, maybe things that, you might not normally agree with. But hey, look, if somebody agrees with you 80% of the time, they're still on your side. You don't want to push those people into the arms of somebody else. So that's all I would say. Try not to be too stringent. Bob Galt. Well, Bob, if you want to hang around a few minutes, maybe we could do this giveaway.
Yeah.
Let's do this. All right. So if you guys that are on Rumble, you're going to have to hop over on YouTube. Because I don't think I can do it on both. So if you're interested in this book, Baptism of Fire, hop over on YouTube and comment. You guys that want this book, if you could, just type anything into the chat, because you have to be active for the last 15 minutes. So we'll give you a few minutes here.
Hungar.
Oh, yeah, Hungar. There's no chance of dying during an adventure, then why is it everybody adventures? Yeah. That's why it's not for weak people. Exactly.
Also, Jeff,
yep.
Hit us
Good.
up.
Yep. Thank you very much, Hungar. Good to see you, buddy. Jeffram, good to see you too. $5 Canadian. Reminds me of a 3-month period years ago where I lost 12 in a row. Yikes. Well, you guys have nothing to complain about then with me. 12 in a row.
My lips are sealed.
Yes. As much as it drove me nuts, I don't want a game that's too safe. Yeah, ideally you want a character that you can adventure. Hopefully he survives by the skin of his teeth, and then maybe do kind of what Crazymouse did with his, like, maybe I can retire this one. He's still alive. He marries. He has kids, and then guess what? Next generation, you set. Boy, this guy.
Again,
what are we gonna do about this guy? Get him a jacket.
Hey,
Get him the jacket. Get 10 Diversity in Dragons membership. Thank you so much, Sean. That is very, very nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, I gave these guys a map of the Tower of Set for only the channel members that I was working on. I said, guys, what do you think of this? Help me populate this a little bit too. I got some good suggestions. Can't use them all, but I got a few good ones here.
My guy's currently washing dishes.
Yeah, that's right. You guys are on, but you guys may be closer to the action than you think. I was hoping to do that tonight. All right, so hopefully you guys.
In fairness, we might not even be able to do it next week.
Why not next week?
Well, Rogan's not allowed. The wedding didn't happen yet.
Oh, look! If it's a week, you're not contagious that whole week. I'm gonna stick up and just say, look, sorry, dear. Just like I said, if you get sick, chicken soup and. It's right. All right. All right. So hopefully you guys have. I'm just so glad this cursor came back. I do not know what happened. If that happens again, I'm going to be. I'm going to lose my shit. I can't believe it. It just happened.
Wait, it just went away?
Yep.
Yes, it did.
Holy shit. All right.
Start closing out some of the tabs. Maybe that's draining some battery or something. I don't know.
Can you believe that? Choose me, Nightbot. What the fuck? Yeah, this is really crazy.
Now it's our turn.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Boy, something is going on that I don't like. All right. All right, Overkill Joe, switch back to me. You guys got to see. You guys should be seeing this, right? Everybody can see this?
On the screen, yes.
All right, good. Yeah, never a boring stream on the lair, yeah. It's weird how it kind of...
Yeah, you guys have to be active in the last 15 minutes, so while he's figuring this out...
Yep. I'm giving you your last chance. You guys from Rumble, open up your account on YouTube. We'll give you another minute. Cairo said hi. Yeah, that's it. Yep. Long shot. Yep. I can see. Yep. Zetro. Yeah. Good job, guys.
It's only up to 11 people. 13. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah. Get this. All right. So we want mob. Okay. Let's channel members. I'll tell you what. Regulars will get 2 times. Members 3. All are available though too.
Users active within the past 5 minutes. Yep.
All right, how we go? We go 15 here. So there's 25 eligible. All right.
This is for the Baptism of Fire book, which we figured out the stitching. So is Jeff Hatch in here? What? Where is he?
Yeah, Jeff, you still here, buddy? Come on now. Or was he the one that maybe ordered it? He might have ordered it regularly. I've got 27. I know there's more of you that probably want this. So because I think we still have we got 90 live. So if only a third of you guys. 29. Tell you what, at about 30, I'm going to go. I'll give the 1 minute countdown once we hit 30 eligible users. 31, there we go. Okay. All right, so we'll give it a minute here. And Zetro is a defender. Welcome, Zetro. That may have been due to the largesse of Snake Oil Sean. But stick around if you like it. Like I said, my wife and I are going to do some member-only streams.
36 we're up to.
36, okay.
37.
Yeah, like I said, we'll give it 30 seconds here. Jeff, there he is. I want it more. There he goes.
Heard about that stitching.
Yeah.
We need Ricardo Montalban to advertise this with the fine Corinthian level.
I will close out some of these tabs. Maybe that is causing. It's giving my computer aids. I was going to do the Glassdoor reviews of Wizards of the Coast. Maybe we can finish on that. Okay. All right, so we have 39. We'll go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. There's Mercurius.
40, 41.
There we go. 2, 1. Okay, guys.
42. Jackie Robinson.
Yeah. All right, so here we go. I'm going to roll it. Everybody's eligible, even Cal. The mods are. Active users within the last 15 minutes. Channel members have 3 times more likely. Regulars, 2 times. But all are eligible. So I hope you're subscribed. And if you're a channel member, that's even better for you. It pays. Membership has its privileges, as they used to say in that commercial back in the day, right? Mm-hmm. All right, guys, I'm going to count to 5, and then I'm going to hit the roll it button. 5, 4, that's right, long shot, big bucks, no whammies. 4, 3, 2, 1, and the winner is Evil Minion.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Evil Minion. I'm going to type my business email here. Oops. Okay, I put my email address in there, Evil Minion.
It just popped up. Yep.
Yep. So send me your address so I can mail you out.
Yeah, Panther wants to know where he's from.
Oh, yeah.
Antarctica.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm currently at Ice Station Zebra Double D, but I'm a big fan.
Sled dog that shit.
Yeah.
Evil Minion, where are you from?
Cool. Yeah. I bet he lives in the Congo. There's meat. Yes. Yeah, they're going to have to airdrop it to him or, sled dog, something like that. Jersey. Oh, my Lord. It's the jacket. Jersey. You just saved me a whole heck of a lot of money. Good Lord, I've had to send stuff down to New Zealand, all over. So, Jersey, I can do.
We'll just drive it over.
Yeah. Maybe Nightbot was the one causing. No, they couldn't have because it was closed down, so it wasn't the one causing these. All right, so Evil Minion, send me -gabbers, double B, -gabbers at gmail.com. That's my business email.
Business.
That's where I do my business. And, did you see this? Again, you might, I know you're not kind of plugged into this stuff, but Klaus Schwab has resigned as the World Economic Forum chairman.
The WWF.
The WEF. As this guy on the right here.
Chris Miller, $2. Hey, I'm a winner over here.
Hey, I'm a winner. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, Klaus Schwab. He was the one who wants us to eat bugs. He actually dressed like this. That's why everybody thought he was a James Bond villain. These are the people that want you to live in 15-minute cities. They unironically said you will own nothing and like it because you can just rent everything. And, people like him will be controlling your lives. So him stepping down might be a good thing. Who knows? We might get something worse. Like I said, when I hear some, bad news about Klaus Schwab, I was more expecting, he tripped headfirst into a wood chipper, but, this will do, I guess, for now. Nobody likes Klaus Schwab. Nobody should. He is one of these pointy-headed liberal shitheads. These people don't like you. They view you as nothing but a burden, and that's why they want to reduce the world population. Look at the Great Reset. That is their goal, quite openly. They don't want nation states. They don't want anything like that. Oops. There you are. Ta-da.
Huzzah. Patrick Demo.
He dresses like a Sith Lord is the bad guy. No, he does, yeah. Master Yoda, you survived.
Remember that joke about Anakin? My powers have doubled since we last met.
Yes.
2 times 0 is still 0.
Yes. Ooh. Yeah, they even had Palpatine going, ooh. Scientology enthusiast. Maybe. There's one other video we can look at. I'm getting tired of these people. Maybe you are too, Crazymouse. These people that are blocking roadways.
Oh my goodness. I always take it 2 seconds after we're all done and just YouTube the picture or the 5-second video of that girl getting hit in the head with a traffic cone.
That is a good one. That's one way to handle it. Here's what people are starting to do. Good question. Children. Adult children. I think that's got to be in France, I think. He's like, hold on, I know you want to hit him, but start kicking him. Wow. Some heroes wear capes.
Some size 50 XL pants.
Exactly. I don't know who that guy is, but if I was at that scene, I'd be like,
get him a Starbucks,
buddy. Yep, we're going out to dinner, or I got your next drink. Holy shit! That if you notice, like these people, they're not afraid. It's like they're not used to being confronted like that. So when some big goon is just like, get out of my way, just dragging them, they almost don't know how to react. So they kind of like freeze up, you know, like, so you could tell they were in their like position. Like, how do I react to this? God bless that guy. Yeah, I think that was French. That had to be in France because they were driving in America, they were driving in the right hand side. So I think it might have been France.
Cal says, are they speaking French?
Yep. I do believe they were.
French fries.
French fry.
French dressing.
Yeah, the traffic cone one was good.
Yes.
Maybe I'll hold on one second. Maybe I'll see if I can pull that up.
It could be just so simple as traffic cone hits a girl. There it is. It was it. Go back a little bit. Keep going back. Go back. Yep.
Right here, right?
Yep.
All right, hold on. All right, so all right, hold on. I gotta go back to That's you. All right, hold on. Get this set up here. All right, here we go. Oh, just did it again. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Maybe it's something with YouTube.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, Crazymouse, what are we gonna do?
You got two YouTube things going at the same time. Maybe it's one of those.
Maybe I'll just pray it goes back like it did before.
never gets old.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. That's funny. All right, now I just have to figure out. Oops. All right, there we go.
So Double D, I think it has something to do with YouTube because there's your cursor.
Yeah, maybe it does.
Maybe you can't have two YouTubes up at the same time.
I don't know. Yeah, because I do have multiple YouTube. Yeah. All right. Another. How much do I have to take? Crazymouse.
Chris is beaten. Chris is leaving. I'm sorry. Chris is leaving.
He's not beating it like Nick.
It, right?
he's not like this. Vietnamese takeout. That's almost as good as stroking it live on stream. Chris? Oh, wait, he's got an itch. Yeah, I've never made that face when I've had an itch.
Why is my camera still on?
Chris, thank you so much. Not just for the super chats, your kindness there, but also those books, and I'm very happy to pass it on to Evil. So we will get that sent to Joyzy this week, and the goodness of Baptism of Fire will be spread. But like I said, guys, look, you can get this book yourself. It's not that much money on drive-thru, and man, is it it's a good bookshelf book, let alone role-playing game. Solid rule system, kind of like his Lion and Dragon. It's old school, but it's got ascending AC, I do believe. Kind of like I said, Lion and Dragon. Kind of a stripped down 3rd edition. So yes. All right, so I think we are just about done. Yeah, the problem with the YouTube is I have a couple of I don't know. It's probably like the browser extension too.
Could be. I don't know a lot about that type of stuff.
Yeah.
That's not up my alley.
Yeah, you are not a.
I'm not a
technical
guy,
person,
and I don't have a lot of patience for like reading instructions and stuff.
That is for sure.
So in my house, Mrs. Mouse would say, and I'll tell you what I don't do, and she'd say, I'll tell you what I do. I do put together everything because my husband won't.
Yeah. You're talking like shelving and stuff like that?
I'm not good with that.
Yeah.
No. I'll tell you what I'll do. When her
my brother-in-law, Jeff and Donna,
Yeah.
Donna does all that stuff for them too. She's just better at it.
When Mrs. Mouse's dad comes over and fixes all this shit, you know what I do? Cook dinner.
Yeah.
I'm the cook. I'm the chef of the house.
Yep.
So
gladly so, right?
Sometimes the best way to help is to stay out of the way.
Yeah.
You don't need me around for this stuff.
Yep.
Evil Minion said he just sent the email. Can't wait to check out the book.
Fantastic. Yeah, Snake goes, is it at all possible he was trolling DSP? No, I think he's been loaded on streams. And that was, you can tell if somebody's like playing, if he was trying, he was doing a horrible job because he ended up just kind of looking like he was cranking it too.
Or he's a hell of an actor.
Yeah. That'd be interesting to hear what he says. Yeah, exactly. DCC is also sort of a stripped down 3.x. I wonder if Pathfinder's mistake was pushing it into further complexity. Yeah, they're almost like 4th edition, I think. The new edition. Does Mouse put out the dessert later?
I'm in charge of everything, my man. And I know what you mean by dessert, Cal.
Should we have Cal on next week? Do you think?
Should we have him on?
Yeah,
sure.
for a segment. Cal, you okay to come on next week? We'll have you on for, you don't have to be on for the whole show. You can just come on for 15 minutes.
Mr. Means bounce in. Have a good night.
Yep. We're going to bounce too.
Yep.
Like I said, no Otto and Roland because no Roland.
Who else did we say we wanted to have on? Ginger.
Yeah, Ginger Harmony. Yeah. We'll,
sometime this summer, I thought we kind of planned on.
Yeah.
Towards the end of
summer. Let's we don't want to rush it. She's like the belle of the ball right now. Everybody's
the belle of the ball.
The belle of the ball. All right. Well, I believe that's it. Thank everybody for your super chats. You guys are very kind tonight.
Cal says probably I just get home after your start sometimes. Well, you don't have to be here right at 7. We could have you on a little bit later.
Yeah. We could just try it. What I could do is, we could just try it. And I'll just send you a link. I guess I'll have to send it in our private message Discord, because I don't think you're on Twitter, are you, Cal? I'll just send it through Discord private message. It'll just be a link. It'll either be StreamYard or maybe the other one, OBS Ninja. So, yep. Mercurius, thank you, buddy. Good to see you. That's right. He's in California, so it can be a little tough for him. I'm just amazed he's always here anyway. Yep. Surly, have a good night. You got most of it live. Good to hear, Mercurius.
What's Ginger? Howard just threw something our way.
Oh, man. Howard, thank you very much. Great show tonight, gents. Truly appreciate your time. We appreciate you, Howard, for supporting us. Sorry about all the technical. This cursor, maybe it does have something to do with YouTube. Too many YouTube tabs open. I don't know. It seemed to relent, but I don't know. I'll have to do some investigating.
What was Ginger's name? Double D?
Ginger Harmony. Harmony Ginger? Ginger Harmony? Harmony Ginger? I think Harmony Ginger. Yeah. Yeah, she's doing her own streams right now. So, like I said, she might be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Might be interesting to talk to. All right, guys. Thank you for sneaking that one under the umbrella there, Howard. $20. Always appreciate you and everybody else. Harmony Ginger. That's right, Cal. Yep.
A cursed cursor. Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, the cursed cursor. Then we got Bleeker from the Peanut Gallery making fun of us.
Hey.
That's his job. He's the court jester.
I have no problem. I have broad shoulders. She can make fun of us.
Yeah, he can. He keeps us in line. Aaron, good to see you too. Glad you stuck around to the end. So all you guys that wanted to win it, we can go to Jersey and try to take it from Evil Minion.
We'll have other giveaways of other items at another time.
Yeah, we'll have others in the future. I do them. Not all the time, but I do them sporadically. And look, you didn't even have to be a member, but it's nice if you are a member. Always appreciated. So, hey, fight me. He's a Jersey boy. Fight me. All right. I'll leave you with a song. We won't even care about getting copyright claimed. I'll do something. So you guys have a good night, and we'll see you next Wednesday. If may do a member only stream in between, especially because it's a holiday weekend. I'm sure Mrs. D and I can probably find time. So
peace out, everyone.
Yep, peace. Love y'all. Goodbye.
There's a ship lies rigged and ready in the harbor. Tomorrow for old England she sails, far away from your land of endless sunshine, to my land full of rainy skies and gales. And I shall be aboard that ship tomorrow, though my heart is full of tears at this farewell. For you are beautiful, and I have loved you dearly, more dearly than the spoken word can tell. For you are beautiful, and I have loved you dearly, more dearly than the spoken word can tell. I heard There's a wicked war a-blazing, and the taste of war I know so very well. Even now I see the foreign flag a-raising, their guns on fire as we sail into hell. I have no fear of death, it brings no sorrow, but how bitter will be this last farewell. For you are beautiful, and I have loved you dearly, more dearly than the spoken word can tell. For you are beautiful, and I have loved you dearly, more dearly than the spoken word can tell. Though death and darkness gather all about me, and my ship be torn apart upon the sea, I shall smell again the fragrance of these islands in the heaving waves that brought me once to thee. And should I return safe home again to England, I shall watch the English mist roll through the dell. For you are beautiful, and I have loved you dearly, more dearly than the spoken word can tell. For you are beautiful, and I have loved you dearly, more dearly than the spoken word can